Just win, baby.
Look, check it out. All black with a hoodie, snapback, with a snap on. Long white socks, me mugging like I'm King Kong. With them all black Chuck Taylors. West side and this bitch yelling Raiders. Thuggin', cause we know with it. Motherfuckers like y'all suck, but we don't give a fuck, nigga. We go with it. Jaw jacking, getting nigga fucked up with the quickness. Parking lot squabbles, giving nigga the business. Shh, quiet, the fuck you mean? We yelling Raiders, bitch. Like fuck your team, you wanna talk your shit. Get sad like Scream Stadium, take off, nigga. Homicide scene. Oakland to LA, LA to Oakland, Las Vegas, Sin City, steady smoking. Raiders looking to get another ring like fuck y'all haters, nigga. Y'all know I mean. We yelling Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quit there, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quit there, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck.
With so much drama in the big LV, it's kinda hard being Yaya or end up C. But I, somehow, some ways, keep dropping these Raider hits like every single day. May I sip on this Henny while these haters pay attention and my name stay mentioned. I'ma stay G'd up like a silver feed up and tucked as a burner just in case it eats up. But I'm humble, 10 toes down to never stumble. Keep doing Raider music, imitate and never double. It's like everywhere it goes, it's like the same old shit. Here Raiders just suck, y'all can suck my dick. It's a nation just to prove, no need to consume, win, lose or tie. Raider Nation keep moving, top to the bottom, bottom to the top. It's Raider Nation all day to the casket drop.
We yelling Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quit there, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quit there, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Welcome in this bitch like nigga, what's happening? With whiskey in my cup, turned up, Raider Nation hella active. Watch what you say, watch the yapping, nigga, don't get your ass kicked. We about that action, I'm a goofy nigga, but I ain't no goofy nigga. Fuck around and find out he's doing a two-piece nigga. Everybody knows me soon as I hit the scene. They like, Raiders, bitch, nigga, fuck your team. Champions Club, I am the one. VIP access, we do what can't be done. I do what I do, nigga, that's on the daily. Talking hella shit, give a fuck if they hate me. Only one nation, Raider Nation, and it's evident. Any other nation is irrelevant. Commitment to excellence, just win, babies, what we telling them. Shout out to the nation, you know I had to represent. We yelling Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quit there, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck. Raiders, bitch. Y'all know what's up, like Raiders, bitch. Quit there, two niggas up like Raiders, bitch. I show no love like Raiders, bitch. Nigga, we don't give a fuck.
What up? What up, everybody? Welcome, Raider Nation. Another week, another Monday. Welcome to Puro Raider Podcast. I am your host, Cheeto Linus. I am here with my boy James from the Black Hole Military Chapter. And man, I watching that video, I got to change that ending part. It reminds me of my boo when he used to be our quarterback. That's from that game, that playoff game. Well, we go to the playoffs against the Chargers.
I thought that was AOC wearing number 4.
Nah. I won't put no AOC in that.
Just play.
I wouldn't put AOC in the video just yet, man. Hell no. And of course, our boy. What up, Big Dog? What up, Trona? How's it going, Big Dog?
What up? How we doing, guys? How we doing?
Just in time, man. Just in time. I was just, over here looking at the old video, Tay.
Old video of Tay.
DC, the intro video that we have with the Yaya song. Yeah. Shout out to Fitz and Yaya for that song, bro. Appreciate y'all letting us do it. Al Davis.
That's a funny one.
Yeah. But what up, fellas? How we doing? How we feeling?
I mean, I'm good.
Yeah.
Got a couple of free agent stuff we got going on. Lots of people. Got some people. It's all good. It's part of the.
Yeah, I know. I was on with Raider Nation Live yesterday, and then with somebody else last week. So I've been able to share a little bit about how I feel, when it comes to shit like that. But I haven't got your guys' feels or opinions. But yeah, man, free agency's crazy. New regime, another year, another regime. more moves.
That's the thing, dog. Another regime.
Another regime, another fucking another team. It looks like, right? Another fucking quarterback at that. So, with that being said, I want to start with that one, bro. The Geno Smith trade, and I say trade because he hasn't signed a restructure. They haven't restructured his deal. You know, as of Sunday, he was awarded his roster bonus for this upcoming season. Right, that was the deadline. So I don't know. I haven't heard if they came up with an extension or something. I know we all thought he was going to re-sign an extension, but we haven't heard anything of that, right? It's still kind of up in limbo. I'm not going to lie to you. When I first heard about the trade, I was like, Geno? Like, damn. Let me see what it was for, right? And then I saw it was for a third. I was like, oh, shit, for a third-round pick. But then, I got out of my head, out of my senses, because, I'm a big Shador fan. But it was like, the one thing I didn't want to see was AOC or Minshew starting next year, right? That was the one thing I didn't want to see. And then now, having gone through with the Geno trade, looking back more on Geno, what he did in Seattle with Pete, like, I guess I felt better about it, right? But I don't know about y'all, like James, where you at when it comes to the Geno trade, man? How you feeling?
I don't remember which podcast I was on. I don't know if I was with you or if I was with the Silver and Black radio guys. But on one of them, I mentioned I thought Geno was a possibility because I had seen that Geno had posted that when Pete Carroll first got hired, I had seen that Geno had posted that picture of him and Pete on his story.
Okay.
So I had mentioned I don't remember which one it was, but I had mentioned on one of them. Yeah. But I mentioned that I thought it could be a possibility. But when I saw that they did the third for the third round pick, I mean, to me, I can't be mad, bro. I think it was the safest move possible. I think taking Geno is safer than taking Darnold. I think it's safer than taking Fields. I think it's safer than taking all of them.
Right.
Yeah. Even if you got to pay that roster bonus, I mean, Geno Smith, even without Carroll, he's still coming off 2 or 3 seasons of solid football. I mean,
right.
The interceptions is a little high, but in my opinion, I mean, shit, Gardner Minshew's interceptions were a little high, and he wouldn't throw nearly as many touchdowns as Geno Smith. So how bad can it really be if you think about it? But I think Geno's going to be solid, man. I think Geno brings another element to the offense. I don't know if you saw. Anybody who sees on my page knows I put together a Geno Smith hype video on my page and I posted it right away.
You
I don't
did?
know if you've seen it.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. If you go on my Instagram, you could see it.
You know what? Let me see.
I don't know if you can play it here, but it's fire.
Yeah, I can.
It's fire.
Yeah. While I look for that, Sean, what about you, big dog? How you feeling about that?
I mean, I wasn't the guy I don't want to say it wasn't the guy that I wanted. I wasn't expecting Geno Smith. I kind of thought we would end up with someone like what's his name? The one that left Pittsburgh. You mentioned him earlier. I forgot his name right now.
Oh, Fields.
I thought we would end up with someone like Fields. That's just kind of what I thought. And not that I wanted Fields. I just kind of thought we would end up with him. But I mean, I think with Geno, he might just fit that Chip Kelly type of offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he's a good fit.
Yeah, I think he might just be the good fit. He's a little mobile. He's a little, you can use him in many ways. So I think he'll be all right. But I mean, I wasn't like excited about it. I kind of see it from the point that do that, and you still take a quarterback, 2 years with them, and then you get a quarterback for a year. It'll be all right, I guess.
Okay.
And at least he knows Pete Carroll. He knows how that works and stuff like that. So.
You don't think the third round pick was too much? It was about right.
I was kind of iffy about it, but it was the one we got from the Jets. I was like, you know what? It's all right.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, damn, third pick. But then I started seeing that I did think that, but then when I saw it was the one that we got from the Jets for trading Devontae, I was all right, fuck it. At least it wasn't our pick. It was The one we got from the Jets. I was like, all right, whatever, no big deal.
Okay.
That's how I saw it. I was like,
This one?
Yeah. But if you play it, it's a real.
All right, I'm gonna play it real quick. Premiering.
It's gonna give you chills.
World premiere.
This is James's Geno Smith hype video. Oh, shit,
You gotta put the volume on.
Yeah, hold on.
You need that volume. That volume gives you the chills, man. You'll see what I mean.
He said gives you chills.
Why
is it not? Hold up. Let me play it first, and then I will make sure the volume's on. Okay. You know how I know I saw it? The song.
Yeah.
I remember now. The song. Yeah. Okay, y'all ready? I got the sound off.
Do it.
Let's do this. We might get a copyright strike for it because of the song, but we'll figure it out later.
Maybe. What do you say to that?
Yeah, they wrote me off. I ain't right back though. That's the problem. I ain't right back. Let's go.
That cat.
He's gone too. That was surprising.
There's some scrambling in here too, just to show the versatility.
Yeah, it's all in that pocket though. Hey, that much.
Yeah, he looks good.
A run right there. Design run. Because I was doing that.
Yeah. So Chinese.
This one right here, bro.
Ooh, okay. You know? Damn, okay, Gino. Yeah.
And so, you know, I was kind of iffy. I wasn't too iffy on it, but I was like, you know what, let me dig deep. And I saw it, and I was like, nah, man, this is. I don't know. I don't know any reason any Raiders fan should be complaining about picking up Geno. Screw that, bro. I was like,
well, and I think
it's better than what we got. Right? Put it this way. It's better than what we got right now. So
that is 100. It is
okay.
Yeah, it's better than what we got right now.
So. Now let me put this to you this way, right? Here's the good thing about Raiders grabbing Geno. You grab Geno, you can look at Geno and you could say he's a top 16 quarterback. You could say he's in that top 16 of the league.
Yeah, I put him in there.
I wouldn't say he's top 10. I wouldn't say he's top 10, but I would say he's in the top half of the league.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be the first time. This is the first time the Raiders have had a QB that's even been in the top half of the league in a long time. So I think the perfect storm for this, for the Raiders right now would be to go ahead and snag if they snag Sanders.
Right. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
By the way, I don't know if you guys saw this. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I'm a firm believer in when there's smoke, there's fire. And
talking about the Jodeci album cover.
Oh yeah,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Where there's smoke, there's fire, man.
I saw it from that point too. I was like, if you know, because you get a lot of people saying they will probably end up with Sanders at 6.
Yeah.
So
I won't be mad.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? You take Geno, put Sanders behind him for a year. Honestly, I don't have nothing wrong with that.
Which I'm glad you brought up right now. You said bring back for a year because a lot of the people are worried right now because he hasn't signed an extension. Or they're wondering what that extension is going to look like, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like the Raiders are in any hurry right now. So you get done with this crazy.
Well, there's no reason to. He's paid through the year.
There's a reason.
He's paid through the
year. He got
year.
His 16 mil. So
he got his 16.
So what's the point?
Bonus,
you might.
And he gets his 14 for his contract or whatever the fuck. So it's like a total of like 30, 31, something like that total. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But, but I guess the reason I brought it up was because you bring up Sanders, and I was thinking about this too. Like, what if they're working on the extension because the Raiders don't want to do like 3-4 year extension? They're more like 2 year, with the in their mind thinking that we're gonna get someone like Sanders or a rookie quarterback to eventually take over. You know?
Yeah. Well,
so at that point, you wouldn't want to do a 3-4 year extension with Geno.
I think.
I
think I'm comfortable. I think I'm comfortable watching the Raiders go ahead and do what they're doing with Geno. I mean, I'm cool with, I'm cool with paying the stupid $60 million roster bonus, and he's paid through the year. Because you only paid $16 million. I mean, we were paying Jimmy Garoppolo $20,
and then his contract is like another 14, so it's like $30 million, something like that.
Yeah, but you were paying Jimmy Garoppolo $25.
Right.
So it's that big of a deal?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's the quarterback market. It is not. Yeah. But I think the other thing I like about Geno was I didn't want Darnold. I didn't want Darnold. To me, that would have been a longer commitment. You would have been stuck more with him. I was surprised, but then again, I wasn't at how much Darnold got. It was a lot less than I thought. But then again, he fucked himself those last 2 games. There was ever a player who fucking lost millions and millions of dollars based on their last 2 games, it was Sam fucking Darnold. Right? I didn't want Fields. I didn't want to do the Fields experiment. To me, Fields is like I don't know how many more times are we going to say he just needs a shot when he keeps getting them. Like if he couldn't get it, if he couldn't do it in Pittsburgh, I don't see how he could have done it here. And of course there were other names out there that I was just like, nah. So I mean, to me, I'm cool with the Geno thing, and like how Ardell says, $30 million is good market value for a quarterback. And it's a quarterback who's a starter, not someone who's a backup that we're bringing in to be a starter. Yeah. Like how you said, James, right? It's been a while. When was the last time we had a quarterback, at that range of the quarterbacks? If you look at last year's charts, we were down in the bottom, right? Weren't we down in like the 27, 28, 29 range?
Yeah, and I mean, you got a top 16 QB for a 3rd round pick. I don't see an issue with it.
Yeah, I don't see the problem with that either. Actually, I don't. I really don't. Yeah.
Once you really look at it, it's actually not that bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not.
But you had 2 3rd rounds. You didn't even
we had 2. Exactly.
You didn't even give him your best 3rd round pick. You gave him your second best at that.
You gave him the Jets one, the one we got from Tate. Basically,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I get the one from the Jets, so I was like, okay. Yeah.
By the way, quick sidebar: Devontae Adams and Jimmy Garoppolo taking shots. Fuck Tay and fuck Jimmy.
It's always been fuck Jimmy. For me, it's always been fuck Jimmy.
Where's Jimmy at?
I was willing to forgive Tay if he came back, but he went to LA. I don't blame him. Stafford was a dream. We would have got Stafford. Fuck, that would have been amazing for me. But we didn't.
I can't wait until the day. I hope Devontae plays in SoFi the day the Raiders get to go to SoFi. I really do. I can't wait to either watch. Yeah. I hope the Raiders get to go play him in SoFi. I don't know if they do. I think they have to play in Vegas. But either way, whenever Tay meets Raiders fans again, I can't wait.
Oh, we don't play them this year. Yeah.
I think it's in 26.
We play them next year, but I think it is in Vegas because we're at Frisco
and
Arizona.
But the first time Tay meets some Raider fans again, yeah. Good luck, buddy. You better not drive your nicest car to the stadium.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. But what's up to everybody? Welcome, Raider Paul. What's going on, big dog, with the Raiders? New England Raider boosters. What's going on? Hey, speaking about New England Raiders, bro, that's what they're building over there. We got a bunch of our players over there. They're the New England Raiders.
It's the linebacker, the linebacker, defensive end, and the safety.
Yeah. Ardell, what's going on? My boy Raiders Food Chris, what's going on, big dog? Welcome.
Cheerleader.
Silver and Black Raider podcast. What's going on? How you doing? But yeah, no, and I get that. I understand how we feel about Tay and all that shit. But yeah, the whole Geno thing, man. It's a little crazy. I know people have been on Twitter, on social media, wondering what's going on, what's taking so long with the extension, shit like that. Like I'm cool with it. I think we're in no rush to extend it at this point. I don't think we need to. maybe there was some talk, whatever, like, oh, one would trade you, we're gonna extend you, but that's just shit they got to figure out. He's under contract for this year. We got our quarterback.
Yeah.
To me, it's a big fucking upgrade from what we had. And going into the new season, at least I feel somewhat better that we have a quarterback like Geno with Pete Carroll, And I'm excited to see what he's going to look like in a Chip Kelly offense, Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm interested to see that too.
Yeah, I know what people are saying about his contract and whatever.
Yeah.
But what I think Raider fans don't realize is that Geno is just happy to be with Pete again. I don't think, regardless of what Pete and Spytek do, I'm pretty sure Geno's gonna be more than happy to just play with Pete again and have a different opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's probably ecstatic to be in Vegas and be out of all that damn rain.
That's true. Those cloudy days up there.
Those cloudy days. Yeah, but I'm cool. I'm cool. Geno's back. I like Geno. I'm not gonna lie. I do like him. He said I like Stafford, but it would be hilarious if Adam has to catch passes from Jimmy. Well, Stafford's gonna miss at least 2 games. He's good for missing 2 games. But I don't know if I didn't tell you guys, we didn't do a show last Monday. I was telling somebody, those are the games where Tay's hamstring's gonna hurt. Watch.
I wonder.
He's not gonna play those games.
I wonder what that was like when they met in the Rams locker room again.
Right? That had to been like, yeah. I'm sure it wasn't like you talk shit, but at the same time, it was like,
yeah, it was like that Spider-Man meme when they're pointing at each other.
Yeah. That's true.
Shit.
Raider Gabe, what up, Raider Gabe? What's going on, Big Dell? Welcome. Shout out to Raider Gabe and them for having me on the show last night over on Raider Nation Live. Make sure you follow him and Gravy and Raider Low as well. Great show they got going on over there.
The Coach Gravy?
Coach Gravy, dog. Coach Gravy, yeah. They were getting hated on for a lot of the shit they were talking. Well, they weren't talking shit, but they were sharing their feelings, about some of the players we lost and some of the ones we gained and how they felt about it. And some of the nation was turning on them, calling them fake Raider fans or saying shit. Like, I'm gonna look, man.
It's an opinion.
You never said the Raiders suck in your life. Like, how long have you really been a Raider fan? We can say it. We don't let other people say it. But there have been times where we've left that stadium like, fuck, we fucking suck.
I remember this last season, I would go to work and be like, how's it going? Man, my team is sorry. I'm just like, man, my team is just sorry. Like,
right?
You can't even defend them. Like, sometimes they're like, damn, they're just sorry sometimes.
And before I get jumping about how this only happened in Vegas, trust me, I went to Oakland many a time where we got our fucking ad handed to us. So it wasn't just in fucking Vegas we're getting our ass.
Our ass is getting handed to us has been going on for a while.
For a while.
For a good minute. We've only been in Vegas for like 4 or 5 years. So let's be real.
But we did lose a few players. I want to send a shout outs to them. Shout out to Spillane. Thank you for your service. It was cool while you were here. He was one of my favorite players. He was becoming one of the players that I like.
You know when he became one of my favorite players. It was early in the season when we saw his mom out there.
I was gonna say when we met his moms and his family.
that shit was funny because we're walking around. It was like the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And she had a Spillane jersey on. And I was like, is that someone wearing a Spillane jersey?
Yeah.
And we were kind of like, what? That must be hardcore fans. And then we kind of started thinking about it. I was like, wait. So we, go over there and you meet him. And I was like, oh, that was mom and like his sisters or whatever, whoever they were. Like, that's cool. Like, she was out there chilling, dancing. I was like, that was cool. That was cool.
So I was
like,
so Spillane's gone. Trayvon Morrick, Morrick decided to go get paid. He got his bag. Shout out to Morrick, man. He got a fucking bag, bro.
He did. That was a lot. That was
He got his bag. Chase on went on to New England, so he's over there with Spillane.
Spillane and Epps.
Why did I almost say Mike Epps? Not Mike Epps. Marcus Epps also, left.
You're thinking about the new Friday movie, huh?
Yeah. I saw a little trailer, a little thing about it. But he's over in New England. Shout out to you. It was cool. It was cool while you were still here. Who else did we lose? Hobbs. Shout out to my boy Nate Hobbs. Longtime Raider. One of my favorites. One of the fan favorites for me. Shout out to Diablo, one of Chona's favorites. You know,
I was my boy for a while. I was hoping he would pull through. He just never did, man. He just never
shout
did.
Out to Diablo. Thank you for your service, brother. Who else was gone that I forgot? Are those the main ones?
Those are the main ones, I think.
Yeah, we're not gonna say nothing about Minshew. I'm not gonna thank him for shit, bro. I'm just glad he's fucking gone.
Yeah.
But James, how you feeling, bro, about the players that we lost right now?
He's like, get ready, he's getting ready.
So, I'm pretty disappointed. I'm a little disappointed in the fact that, and I spoke briefly to Leo about this before we went fully live, and I already let him know how I felt about this.
Let it out,
bro. But I feel like the Raiders really took a step back on the defensive side of the ball. I understand, we're gonna lose players, and this kind of thing. I understand we resigned Isaiah Palomau, but when we look at free agency as a whole, right? In my opinion, our losses definitely outweigh what we've gained. What I mean by that, right?
Yeah, please elaborate.
When we lost Trayvon, when we knew Trayvon Merrick was going to get paid, right? Originally, when free agency started, we lost Trayvon Merrick. Like maybe 20, 30 minutes later, boom, Raiders Jeremy Chin. So I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to go boom, boom, we're going to go. And I see Spillane leaves. I don't hear nothing, but I'm like, okay, you know what? It's just Spillane. Let's see what's going up with Hobbs. And I see what Hobbs leaves. And I'm like, okay. Then the next, and I wait all day, the rest of the day, we don't do nothing. I go, okay, well, it's still kind of early. Javon Holland's still out there. There's still some other key players out there. That's what I wanted. I really wanted Javon Holland. I wanted to see the Raiders go after him.
Yeah.
I wanted to see the Raiders try to go after Justin Reed.
Reed was another good one.
I wanted to see the Raiders be a little more aggressive, trying to go after Nick Bolton. Kind of none of them panned out. So, the next day I wake up and Devon Diablo's gone. I'm like getting ready for work and I see Devon Diablo's done. He's gone for like $7 million. So
right.
I think the way I see it is I see that we re-sign Malcolm Kuntz. I just don't think, not that I don't want Malcolm Kuntz, but I don't think re-signing Malcolm Kuntz was the right move. I think for the same price you got Malcolm Kuntz, I think you could have re-signed Chasen and Diablo for about 10, 11 mil, which is still down like $1 million less than 12, in my opinion. Even might even be able to do it for 10. And I just think that would have brought a little bit more continuity on the defensive side of the ball, because right now I'm looking at the defensive side of the ball. We have no linebacker one, right? I understand we got Landon Roberts, but let's be honest. On any other depth chart, Landon Roberts is going to be an LB2. On any depth chart, any other top 15 defense, he's an LB2. Possibly LB3, depending on which team you're looking at. If you're looking at a team that's in the top 5 defenses. You know what I mean? So, to me, that screams a little bit of a weakness. And then the draft's coming up, right? But what I thought with the draft is draft's coming up. I'm under the assumption, we're supposed to be possibly looking at a QB. We could possibly be looking at a wide receiver. We could possibly be looking at a running back. We could be looking at our offensive line. We could be looking, by the time we get to the linebackers and corners, I'm just not sure how much we're going to be able to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole time I've been watching us during free agency, I read things. I read what people on NFL Network say. I read what people on ESPN say. That says the Raiders are signing more players at depth, right? But we're signing all these players at depth. But who's going to start? Someone's got to start.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's got to start the game and play the majority of the snaps. I mean, are we really? Is the nation really going to be happy with watching Jack Jones out there and be your cornerback too? I mean, really?
Yeah.
Like I just don't see. Yeah, and I think Palomau could be great at his position. Would I say Palomau is like my top tier guy though to start at that position? It's up in the air. I'm not saying he can't, because he did a couple of games. but I'm just not saying he'll be my first choice. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you have this many holes already at corner and linebacker, then to expect him to start there, that's kind of a lot of load on the guy, no? You know what I mean? That's a lot of that's asking a lot, in my opinion. I just think between corner and linebacker, we got a lot of holes. And I mean, I saw that we got Lonnie Johnson. I think that's a good depth piece, right?
Yeah.
And
Darnay Holmes.
I saw we got Eric Stokes. I mean, they're great for depth pieces, but what happens when that's the next man up?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, do we really want to be like week 5 and we're one of them's already in there? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. And I understand that, you know, maybe I sound like the typical fan that is upset that we're not going after the big names and whatever that is. You know, I probably do sound like that, and that's cool. I get it, but by the end of the day,
but it's understandable though. It's understandable. It really,
but you know, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm looking at the team right now, and okay, last year, and I went on. If you go on PFF, last year we were ranked. Our defense was ranked like, with everything averaged together, our defense was ranked like 20 or like 22 or something like that, right? And that's with Trayvon Mir, with Robert Spillane, with Nate Hobbs. So now without it, you know, I can't even say I thought the defense had top 15 potential last year. Right now, I look at the defense as it stands. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, dude, we're lucky to be freaking sniffing 20 through 25. And that's just a flat out honestly. We addressed the defensive line. And that's great, but what happens past that?
Right.
Max can't do everything. You know what I'm saying? The pass rush can't do everything. Once you get past those 4 guys, what do we got? We got Bennett and we got, you know, Jeremy Chin. But Jeremy Chin he's more of a hitting in the box. So who's supposed to cover? Because ain't gonna be Jack Jones covering. and I was really I liked Jack Jones when we first got him. Shit, I got his autograph on my wall, but
I was gonna say,
hey, man,
a lot of people
you gotta call. You gotta call a spade sometimes, and sometimes you gotta hold people account. You gotta hold your people, you know, the players accountable. Even if you're a fan, you gotta be honest, man. You know, I can't come on this platform and just be like,
but to
BS.
Your point,
if the guy's playing bad, he's playing bad.
I hear what you're saying, but Diablo though, you don't think Diablo was a liability at all as a linebacker? Be real.
I think Diablo. I don't think Diablo was the best, right? I don't think Diablo is even a linebacker one either. But what I think is having Diablo around would bring a leader who's been in the Raider uniform for X amount of years.
But to do what?
To have some kind of leader.
But if he's part of the problem, because even last year when he was still here, you got to admit our linebacker play outside of Spillane was very below mid.
Yeah,
and he was part of that reason. All right. So even if you say, "Oh, he was a Raider, he wore the jersey, I want to keep him," I think that's why I'm not mad at losing him. One, you know, his history is how is he going to play? Is he isn't? His injuries starting to come up.
Yeah, he's always had some injury problems.
He was Gruden's experiment about I'm going to make this safety into a linebacker.
Yeah.
And to me, it never panned out the way it should have. You know, like if you're a linebacker, sure you're tackling the dude, but don't tackle him 5-10 yards down the field. Like you're a linebacker, get up in that shit like Spillane used to.
Yeah.
That was my biggest thing with Diablo.
Yeah.
You know. Well, dude, where the fuck are you doing? Why are you still?
Should have left him at a safety.
Yeah, should have left him at a safety.
Should have left him at a safety.
But I hear what you're saying. I do. Chona, what about you? How you feeling about who we lost?
I mean, I hated losing Spillane.
Yeah, that's gonna be the one that hurts everybody.
But Spillane and you know, like you said, you know, the guys went after their money. Is what it was, and I feel like we don't have the culture where people want to come here. So we can't get players that are good.
Those big names
without giving them a bag. And we don't have the luxury to be giving those guys bags right now. You know what I mean? I think that's why we suffer in that free agency.
Yeah.
You know, I know you got a couple of guys who oh, I'll go play for Pete Carroll, and stuff like that. But not everybody's on the same boat. Not everybody's like, nah, I'm not gonna just go play for Pete Carroll. And the way our organization's been the last couple of years, where we haven't kept a head coach for more than a year and a half.
Yeah.
In the last 3 years, that hurts. That hurts when you're trying to get guys to come in. Pete Carroll does carry some weight, but when you don't have a consistency, it's hard because then it's hard to get those guys in without giving them the money. Because if I'm going to go over there and be an experiment team, I want to get paid for being that experiment team, at least being the top guy, right?
Right.
I don't know what's going to happen, but if you got guys who are going to come in and you have something that's stable and you're steady and you're building, you would get those guys to come in. So that's where we're struggling now with the free agency. A lot of these guys don't want to come here or don't want to be here. I'm guessing Spillane, if we would have been a little more consistent, Spillane probably stays.
Yeah,
but he's also been here for the last 2 years, and he's been through 2-3 coaches in the last 2 years.
He was here. McDaniels got. They're the ones who brought him over.
He had McDaniels halfway through the year, and then the second coach was gone too. So in 2 years, 2 coaches. Now you're about to come into your third year with the third coach. You know what I mean? How does that work? So we have to build. We got to build. I think we're going to have to build more through the draft and stuff like that than free agency. And that's going to hurt because that's going to take a while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's going to take at least a year or two.
Yeah. There were big names I wanted too. Like I wanted you mentioned Holland. Holland was one of them.
Holland was good.
Byron Murphy was a big name corner that I wanted. That was another guy. We couldn't land him. He stayed. Mekhi Becton.
So
fucking ended up going to the Chargers.
And I like that they did. I mean, I like how Spillane Kuntz ended that 1 year. Obviously, he got hurt at the beginning, so I do like that it was. I do like that it was only a 1 year deal,
like a 1 year prove it deal.
Okay? It's a prove it deal. And I don't mind that because we don't know how he's going to come back after that injury. So at least we didn't go all the way out and be like, oh, here's a 2-3 year contract, based off what you did in 6 games.
8 games.
2 years ago.
8 games, yeah. 8
you know
games,
what I mean? So at least it's a trial. Okay, show me what you got. And if he proves it, then you want to keep him. So
here's my other gripe, right? When I look at our lack of free agencies, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest. When I was talking to people about our free agency, I was calling it the free agency snooze fest because I was saying that Pete and fucking Spytek were fucking sleeping in still. Them motherfuckers were asleep for like 48 hours before, I don't know. And my other big thing too with missing on Holland and Justin Reed. Look at the teams they went to. They went to fucking losing teams.
Where did Holland go to?
The Giants.
The Giants for how much?
Oh, I don't have the numbers on me.
Yeah, it was like a ridiculous amount. I know Reed got like over 20.
Reed went to the Saints. 25? The Saints have been like negative 50 million, bro. Yeah. Come on. If the Saints are negative 50 million and can work something out, what like I just
but then I think that goes back to what I was saying though, like, do players want to come here?
And I think what's his name from the Saints? He went back to he's from Louisiana.
He's from Louisiana. Yeah.
So he went home.
He went home.
That's a home move too.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I think we're playing it safe, and unfortunately, just in my opinion, I think we're just in a way. I think we've played it too safe in free agency, to where the point where we missed. Like we straight up missed.
I think what happens is at the same time, we get enamored with big names and we want them all. We think that's how you fucking go. When you have a lot of money, you go spend, right? You look at the team that spent the most money last year, Carolina.
But let me tell you what. The good thing is,
right?
Hey, hold on, huh? The good thing is we got Geno Smith, and maybe we'll get lucky and we can win in shootouts again.
See, the problem is, I think people forget that part. The main issue was the quarterback, and they don't include that in free agency. That was a big fucking move right there. To me, that was a big ass fucking move getting Geno, right?
It was quarterback and running back.
The second was Kuntz. Kuntz because our strength is still that D line. It's still that D line, right? You still got Max. Wilkins comes back next year. We re-sign Adam Butler. Big one too that gets forgotten.
Yeah.
Getting Adam to come back.
That was a good one.
Right?
That was a good one to come back.
And then you re-sign Kuntz because that was, if you remember last year, that was our big expectation of why we thought we were going to be a top 15 was because we were going to have Max, Kuntz,
and Kuntz on the opposite side.
Butler, all that shit, right? It was before Chase on came aboard. So that was the strength. So it makes sense why you bring him back.
Right. So by us not getting Chase on, we now lack, even though
the depth.
We lack that rotation.
Right. And I get that, but that goes back to Chase on. Why did he leave though? Did he leave because we spent
all this money? But we spent all this money on the D-line. We spent all this money on the D-line, and we still didn't get it completed.
Because the Raiders didn't want to keep them. For all we know, Chase said, I'm going to go to New England because I'm going to get more playing time over there. I won't sit behind Max. I won't sit behind Kuntz. There's more of an opportunity for me to go make, because you only got $5 million. That's a little bit, right, for a D end. If he goes to New England and he plays 10, 12 sacks, right, that $5 million, he could turn that shit into almost 20 next season. But in order to do that, he's got to play more. So sometimes these players make business decisions like that. Not because, I want to stay here and be a Raider. I think that's a fan thing we need to start letting go of. Even with Trayvon Moore, I liked him. I didn't love him. I liked him. He was formidable. He had wore the Raider jersey for a while now. But did I want to pay that motherfucker $50 million? Absolutely not. I would have lost my shit if they paid that fool.
And that's what I get back to.
Yeah. So when I see Chase, I'm like, it would have been cool to keep him. But then you also have to be from their perspective. Like, take off the Raider hat, take off the jersey, and now you're a player. What's going to be better for me? And that's the part we don't see as fans, and we get mad, or we think like, oh, fucking Pete's asleep because he's old, and fucking Spike T don't know what he's doing because he's just working with Tom, and they're bringing in Michigan and old Tampa Bay players, But I get it because I feel the same way. Like, I wanted Byron Murphy. I wanted those dudes. But then I understand Murphy stayed on his team. Mekhi Becton. If I was him, the Chargers are a better landing spot for me than the Raiders.
But do you understand how disappointing it is, though? You've been waiting all day to see what the Raiders are going to do in free agency, and you get a buzz on your phone, and you open it, and it's the Raiders add more depth at cornerback position. Eric Stokes. I'm like, who the fuck is that guy?
Mind you, and that's what we might think they're brought in for. When we got Jack Jones the first time before we started hating him, it was to be like, let's see what he can do. When we got Chase on, let's see what he can do. Spillane came off of Pittsburgh's bottom tier of linebacker rosters, right?
Yep.
Let's see what he can do. So it's kind of those like low risk, high reward type shit. I get it, because you got to remember, even though we pay a lot sometimes for these free agents, when was the last time a high paid free agent worked out for us?
Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna say. We
fucking traded away draft picks and paid Devontae. How'd that shit work out for us? We did that shit with Antonio Brown. But I get what you're saying though, James. I do. Yeah. I kept looking on my phone, like, fuck, who did we get? And then I saw he left, and then we got Jeremy Chin, and I was like,
you're like,
bumper. We got Roberts, and I called my buddy who's a Steeler fan. I'm like, dog, who's this kid? So shit like that, and then it starts to grow on you. Like, I wanted,
looks like
now, I still want to see different names. Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. We picked up Jeremy Chin, and I was hype. I was like, oh, we went from Geno, we got Jeremy Chin. I was like, bro, we're up, we're up. My expectations are high, and now I look at the team right now, and I'm like, if I have to be honest, I said originally that I felt like the Raiders were going to get at least 10 wins. And now I'm starting to kind of feel like a wild card berth is like the ceiling for our season right now.
Especially when you see what the other teams did in our division.
Because I'm like, dude, like, how are we going to – I don't know how we're going to compete, because I think we have a somewhat of a favorable schedule. I think we play some –
we got a last place
teams that some teams that were pretty subpar last season. And I think this will be a good coming out party this year. But it's just like, dude, we had the second most cap space, and we're still not prepared to be in that position to go get after it.
But think about, what did we do with that cap space? We re-signed Max. We kept Kuntz. We kept Butler. right? We got Geno. Geno's gonna be part of that cap shit too now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Geno, right? So
Right,
even though maybe in our mind we thought we were gonna go get fucking.
But again, that brings me to my problem. What do we do when the ball's in the air and it goes past our front four? If our front four doesn't get that sack and that ball reaches in the air, we are in trouble. 9 times out of 10 right now. We are in trouble.
We were that way whether we kept Hobbs or not, though, or Maury. Because we had them last year, and then like we were ball hawks out there. How many turnovers did we get last year on that secondary?
I think Jack Jones is the only one to
I
get
think
I think
Jack
Jones is the only one.
I think Jack Jones was the only one doing shit.
No, I think Maury had a couple of I think Maury had 2 interceptions, and I think Spillane might have had 2.
Two got him $50 million. No.
Yeah,
it ain't like we were ball hogs last season. Yeah, and that's my whole thing. Like, to me, the only one on the corners that I felt was Jacorian. Jacorian stepped up. You know, he started balling. Jack, and this is what I always tell people about Jack. Like, we wanted him to be our number 1 corner, but Jack has always played that way. And he's gonna fucking want to make plays, and with a person like that, you're gonna take fucking stupid shots the way
and for the
it's
people
gonna happen. Yeah.
For the people that are watching that are saying I'm negative, just so you know, I'm actually a big Pete Carroll fan because I'm a USC fan. Ooh. So there you go. There you go. Now you know why I'm so disappointed.
No, I get you. Yeah. So with Diablo, Morick, Spill, Hobbs got us to what, 22? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even then, I don't think we were ball hogs last year, bro. As much as it hurts to lose them, that secondary wasn't a ball hawk indeed secondary. We were still getting eaten up over the middle. Tight ends were still kicking our ass.
Yeah, that was a big thing. We remember Kelsey had his best game against us.
Yeah, when he was having a shitty season. Yeah,
and he comes out and he tears us up. I was like, dude, come on, why is it gonna be against us? Mm-hmm. Of all fucking teams.
Yeah. I mean, now I think it's going to be this. Oh, there it is. It was a 3-year, $45 million, $30 million guarantee. That was a big fucking contract. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ooh. But see, the Eagles ran a 6-man, but people forget that Eagles 6-man. Are they free agents or were they drafted?
They were drafted.
Fucking drafted.
They were drafted. They were drafted.
Those motherfuckers were drafted,
dude.
Bro.
I was reading something.
That's Georgia. If you guys watch college football, that's Georgia's D line, y'all.
Yeah,
that's Georgia's fucking D line.
I was reading something about how they're doing that, and they got 10 picks in the first 2 rounds this year, or 3 rounds, and then they have the same amount of picks in next year.
Yeah, because they as much as they add, they also lose players, and then they get those compensatory picks. And
so I was like, dude, they're just rotating in and out. Yeah. You know, they go out and get paid, but they're rotating the players right. So I was like,
yeah,
all right.
But yeah, man, no, and I get it. He said the man. He ain't tripping, man. He's being honest. Because when you think about it, we didn't make big splashes then. What did we really add?
We really didn't.
You really sit there and tell me that this team, aside from Geno, is already better than last year's team.
Oh.
The only thing that makes us better to me right now at this point is Geno.
Now, here's the simpler way to put it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The winners of free agency was the offense. The winner, our offense was the winners of free agency.
Right.
Unfortunately, our defense is the loser of free agency.
You can say that. You can say that.
I wouldn't say loser, though, man.
That's the simplest way I could put it, bro.
I can see it in the way that you lost more than what you got back. I can see it in that way. Losing in that way. Yeah, you gave up more defensively than what you got back.
Right. And I know you ain't talking, Jeff, calling people negative Nancy. Like you knew that.
I knew someone was gonna say it.
Right. Mention the name Sanders. See how negative this motherfucker gets.
Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, I'm just saying what everyone's thinking.
Not everyone, though. I don't think it's everyone.
Sanders sitting behind Geno or what for a year?
That's what it's gonna look like. Yeah, he said FC.
So my question is, if we draft Sanders, do you buy the Geno Smith jersey or do you buy Sanders jersey?
Even if we don't get Sanders, I don't think I would get a Geno jersey just yet.
I kind of want
like
the
that.
Geno, man.
Kind of thinking about it. Yeah,
I'm kind of thinking about it.
Yeah. If we draft Sanders, I'm for sure getting the Sanders jersey. I mean, I already have the.
I kind of want both.
I think he already has both. I think he has it in the cart already, just to hit.
It's got to hit.
Hey, for anyone that doesn't know, Fanatics already has the Geno Smith jerseys for pre-order. There you go. Go get it.
Yeah, he said Leo's playing the third. Hey, man, that's what my job is by nature, Taddy. That's what I do professionally anyway. So it's in my nature.
He does.
Yeah,
It definitely does.
Yeah, definitely was a winner. You have to take into consideration the players you kept, right? And I do. And to me, I think Kuntz was a big one. To me, that was one of the main ones. Was what was going to happen with Kuntz, because I didn't want to give him 20 mil. Not for that.
Yeah, I know. I remember they were talking about that, and I was like, no, you got to give him one of those prove it contracts to see.
Right.
A knee injury at that position that's big. You got to see how that knee comes back.
Right. Oh, here comes Raider Paul. We getting a running back in the first round.
I hate that fucking take. I hate people that say shit. I hate that fucking take.
The fact that motherfuckers think Genty is this generational running back that you have to take.
Ashton Genty first round at pick 6 is fucking stupid.
It is. Mm-hmm.
If you feel differently, I don't care. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Why? Tell them why. Because people think I just hate because I want Shador. Tell them why you think it's a dumb pick.
Look, it's dumb because we have a loaded running back draft.
Yeah.
Why would you want to take Genty when you have Chip Kelly and you have Hendrickson and who's the other guy? The other guy from Ohio State that's in there. There's Hendrickson. There's one more.
Oh yeah, I forgot his name.
Duncan?
Well, there's two of them. There's two running backs from Ohio State. Why would you want to go after Genty when you could get one of the guys that freaking Chip Kelly was just working with this whole time in an RPO play action style offense? It's perfect.
Right.
Go get the guy who's already running it. Perfect.
Yeah. Now Henderson at number 6. Raider Paul be changing his mind all the time. Last week it was wasn't it? What's his name? Dart. No, he said Will Howard at 6 at one point.
Look, I'm okay with if we're gonna take a running back, I'm okay with taking a running back in the second or the third. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm good with that. But
I'm good with that.
If you want a high end running back in the second or third, I'm cool with that. But I'm not down for it the first pick. At the first pick, if it's not a QB, it better be T-Mac. The only other offensive player other than QB it should be is T-Mac. And if it's not any of those above,
T-Mac.
it should be Will Johnson.
I saw someone post like T-Mac gives Darius Hayward bait.
That was Josh, fool. Josh did that shit. No,
I was like, what the fuck? I started thinking about it. Not really, but I was like,
not no fucking DJ Hayden vibes. Bro.
I was like, oh my god, I was laughing.
Yeah, you know how he is.
No, I know. But I was laughing. Yeah. I was like, I don't know about that, but
yeah, you know how that fool is. But no,
I think I
was gonna tell you guys something. I don't know if you knew, but today was T-Mac's Pro Day.
All right, so what did he do?
He ran a 4.4840.
4.48.
4.48, bro.
I heard someone say he was like 4.5.
He's a big kid. You got to remember how big he is too, right?
6'5",
6 kid. Yeah.
He's kind of got that AJ Brown frame. And now here's my thing, right?
Now tell me how that's DJ Hayden vibes.
Now here's my thing. When you look at round 1, and if they don't take a QB for whatever reason, they don't take a QB. To me, I would argue probably the most logical thing to do would be to take T-Mac, because T-Mac is the only wide receiver in this draft where you can look at him and he's going to be the number 1 wide receiver on his team.
Oh yeah,
undoubtedly.
Instantly.
He's the only guy. He's the only guy you can look at and be like, oh yeah, he's the best wide receiver. He's gonna be a wide receiver 1. You know what I mean? Well, even Travis Hunter is I like T-Mac's upside at an offense over Travis Hunter personally.
Yeah.
I think Travis Hunter might let his I don't know.
Tell him what to do.
I kind of feel like Travis Hunter might let some of his fame and stuff get to his head a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like T-Mac's
Travis is an amazing fucking athlete.
But I feel like T-Mac's a little bit more of a put his head down and grind and shut the fuck up. And I like that. Just put your head down and just do your shit.
He's a big body frame, like
he's a big fucking frame, bro.
And his
also think him was the same height.
Yeah, and his attitude would be perfect for Pete Carroll too, because he just puts his head down and works. And that's it.
Now you mentioned attitude, and I'm glad you did. I think that's one thing we're gonna have to. I don't know if we get used to or understand, but these college kids aren't the same college kids that we grew up watching coming into the NFL. When you used to come into the NFL, was you finally got your shot, right? You came, you wanted to play. This was your payday. These kids already come making fucking millions of dollars. You look at some of them that stayed in college because they were going to make more money staying in school than to come out of fucking, to come into the NFL. Social media is a big fucking thing for these kids. Whether we like it or we accept it, some of us are older, like how you said, James, shut the fuck up and just play, right? A lot of these kids are not like that. Their mentality is different.
But
even that,
but to find one that's like that,
huh?
But to find one who's willing to do that,
no, but even like the picture you showed with Shador and his brother, they do a great job of fucking promoting him with his social media.
Oh yeah,
like that was an amazing fucking picture to change the Raiders got Geno, they don't need Shador no more. Like, oh yeah, watch this. So now they're together. Now we're like, oh yeah, we can have both. There's no need we can only have Geno. Now we can have both. And that's what they do with social media. They can turn shit like that. But that's part of, I guess, this newer generation of football players that are going to start coming into the NFL and see what the old man's already calling them spoiled entitled brats. I mean, and you saw it with Caleb. You saw it with Caleb in that, right?
It's a different game.
It is different. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a different game nowadays.
Yeah, and I think that's what you do got to look at, and I think that's what Pete said that when he wants to get players in the building, right?
Yeah,
he wants to get players, people who want to play, and kind of rebuild the culture here. And I think Pete's going to be the guy for it. I saw him do it at USC. I hate USC, but I saw him do it at USC. USC was a complete fucking mess before that dude took over. I used to laugh every time Notre Dame played USC because he would smash them. And then Pete took over, and the tides fucking turned. And you guys started smashing their asses.
He had SC rolling in Seattle. Years.
He created a culture that never existed in Seattle.
He had the defense out there too.
The fucking Marshawn power running type shit. So, so I think that's what I'm looking forward to with us.
But you know what? I mean, I think it's possible too, though. I could also be wrong. We could be fucking fire next year. It's possible.
Yeah, it is.
We're gonna
exactly.
be
fire.
Well, they were talking about because you got the big corner and the big safety, and he knows
from what I know.
Big guys.
From what I know, what I am excited for, and I am considering buying the Jeremy Chin jersey because I've heard that Jeremy Chin's role is supposed to be the role of what Cam Chancellor's role was.
Yeah, right. And I'm glad you said role. Not saying he is Cam Chancellor.
Yeah.
Role.
And that's what I was saying. Like he got the big body corners and safeties.
Now here, let me tell you this. If everyone, I tell everyone what'll get me to change my narrative. What'll get me to change my narrative about saying the Raiders are taking losses on defense. I'm gonna put it right here, right now. What'll change my narrative and say that we're taking a W still. If the Raiders go get Shaq Thompson.
Shaq Thompson? That'll make you feel a whole lot better by bringing in Shaq Thompson.
The way you said that.
That was just crazy. Like, you think he's going to be that much of an impact?
I think Shaq Thompson has some. I think he has some in the tank, and I think he just hasn't been on the right team. I think he just hasn't been put in the right position to be successful.
You think
so? When he was in Carolina, he was pretty good.
Right. Mm-hmm.
If someone can get it out of one, it'll probably be Pete Carroll.
And it could be Pete, because Pete's done that
I can
before,
see that.
right?
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Oh shit. Genty is not fucking take it to the house on any play. No, he's not. He's not Bo Jackson. He's not, bro. He's not.
Okay, Ashton Genty is not, just because Ashton Genty and Marshawn Lynch have similar hair doesn't mean he's the second coming.
Thank you. He's not. He's not. He's a good running back, yeah, but I don't think he's worth the top 10 pick at that as a running back. I don't. I really don't. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd rather watch Raheem Mostert play every snap.
I'm excited about Raheem Mostert, and that's another one. You know, if he can come back,
I think that's a good value. I think that was a good value.
Yeah.
Did he though? I don't know. I remember the bowl game. I don't remember him fucking dominating that bowl game, and everybody thought, you know, they were gonna win.
Here we go. Let's not forget Ashton Genty plays for Boise State in the Mountain West Division. He doesn't play in the best. He doesn't play in the best conference in college football, and they only played 7 games.
And if they're gonna hold it against
the regular season,
because these are the Big 12, y'all motherfuckers better hold Genty to the same standard about his conference.
And I want to say, even though Shador, I want to say that even though Shador got blown out, he didn't win the national championship. He didn't win that bowl game. The fact of the matter is, Shador and the Buffs still went 7-2. They still went 7-2 in the regular season in the Big 12. Boise State went 7-0 in Mountain West. You cannot tell me that Boise State would have went 7-0 in the Big 12. There's just no way. I don't care. There's no way.
Well, you're gonna upset a bunch of Fresno people.
That's fine.
You just gotta look at how they did against Penn State. He struggled against Penn State.
He struggled against Penn State, and those are the type of athletes you're going to see in that.
And then people are like, "Well, yeah, he still rushed for 100, yeah, but he had to carry."
And I think to me the difference was why I preferred Scadaboo at the time. Scadaboo played Texas, they lost, but Scadaboo balled out against Texas. Texas are the type of athletes you're going to see in the NFL, bro. Right, those are the type of motherfuckers you're going to see. You've seen how fast those Texas guys are.
Scadaboo would be solid. I like that pick too. If we're gonna get a bell, if we're gonna get a bell cow, I think it should be him.
Yeah, I mean there's a bunch of running backs. I like Scadaboo. I like homeboy from Georgia, Etienne's brother. I like Etienne.
Yeah.
Neil from Kansas is another one. I think is tough. I like him. Of course, the kids from Ohio State. You know, I like those two guys. Yeah, Omarion Hampton, right? He's another one. He's another dog out there. To me, running back. You don't have to go. Yeah, there's a lot. There's definitely a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah, but I'm not taking him at 6. I think that's the main thing. Yeah, and it's funny how everyone has us taking him at 6. Oh, Pete Carroll likes to run, and yeah, there's also other running backs behind that motherfucker. But I mean, now Mullings is another one. There you go. Mullings is another one, right? Yeah, I know they talk about Scadaboo and the way he runs could be an injury issue. This is what I'll say about the draft when it comes to running back. And y'all tell me how you feel about this. Running backs, for the most part, last 5-6 years at that, right? Probably 4 or 5, based on how much you use them, how much punishment they take, right? Very few you get some that are like fucking Derrick Henry that have been here forever, right? Shit like that. It doesn't happen as much anymore. Now, your top 10 pick should be a guy that should be on your team for at least
10 years.
At least 10 years, right? So you're telling me you're willing to take a running back at number 6 whose durability is only like 4 or 5 years, right? And by then they start going downhill, you know? Whereas opposed where you could take another type of player, whether it's a quarterback, defensive player, right? Tackle, corner, whatever, right? Those will be the ones that will last longer on your fucking team in that sense. To me, that's why I don't think you should take a running back that high, right? Unless he's like lights out like fucking Bo, Barry, Adrian Peterson type shit like that, then fuck yeah, go get him. But to me, I don't see that in that kid. Like, I don't see that next generational being, you know what I mean? I mean, unless you're, and exactly like Dixon said, unless it's a luxury, like your team's set up where all you need is a dog like that, all right? Then you would be able to do shit like that. But not
so now, unless we're set on like team, if Shador's not there at 6, right? I think you do one or two things. You either take T-Mac, Well, you do one of three things. You either take T-Mac or you take Will Johnston if you're going to pick. If you're not going to take one of those two,
Will Johnson,
I think you trade. Yeah. If you're not going to take one of those two at 6, if Shador's gone, if you're not going to take one of those two at 6, you move back. Acquire some extra draft capital, in my opinion.
Yeah. And Raiders Fool Chris, we did have one, but we let him go to Green Bay. Because if we would have signed Josh, he would have been here longer. And he was fucking balling. I'm just saying. I won't bring up that conversation.
Do you think he's going to ball next year, though?
Josh? I think he will. Again. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like Josh, but you know what? When Josh was here, he had some seasons where he would hit 1,000, they would hit 800. They hit like 1,000, they hit like 900. They hit. It was real weird.
And then what about that year where he was like the motherfucking number 1 running back?
I was right before that, the franchise tag, right?
Yeah, right before the franchise.
That was when. Well, but then he got franchise tag. He came and only made like 800 yards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then he went to Green Bay and he was the second coming of freaking Jesus.
No, well, that when we franchise tag, he sat out too.
Right. Right.
So he didn't get the full season like he did at Green Bay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and Green Bay has a solid line though too. They got a solid O-line. You know.
Yeah.
They've been building that shit for a minute. Yeah. 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 Jacobs is a baller. He had 800 yards after a contract with us. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It also changed.
Yeah.
Genty could do that too. Yeah, but I wouldn't draft Genty at 6, bro. No, it's too rich. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Too much.
But with all these moves, how do you guys feel going into the draft? Like, do you know? I know in the beginning we were all fighting over what quarterback, Cam Shador, Dart. You know, some fool said Howard. You know, shit like that. You know, some people say Milrow. You know, some people still on the Milrow train. You know, draft Milrow. Yeah. He can run. Like, yeah. You know, you got people saying go draft Riley Leonard. I'm a Notre Dame fan. We don't want fucking Riley Leonard. Okay.
We don't.
You're right. But I mean,
he played for our school, so we're like, no.
I think signing Geno unlocks the handcuffs from us being tied to drafting a quarterback. You know, it makes it more open. We don't have to go take Cam or Shador now. I want Shador. Don't get me wrong, but it's like how you said. If Mason Graham is there, if what's his name, Will Johnson. I wouldn't mind Will Johnson either. Will Johnson would be there. You know. Yeah. Those would be the type of players. Shit, I saw a mock draft where Travis Hunter fell to us. Can you imagine if Travis Hunter fell to us at 6, bro? Somebody took T-Mac before him and then he falls to us. Or even if they don't take T-Mac and T-Mac falls to us. Right?
That'd be great. That'd be a good pair. You finally had a big wide receiver to pair up with with Meyer.
Yeah, and then you could still take a quarterback later in the draft, right? You could get like a Jackson Dart or fucking Yeah. But what about you, James? How you feel going into the draft, man? It's coming up next month.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's
get it done.
Free agency sucked. Hey, you ready to get more excited for the draft?
You know, I'm ready for the draft. So I want everyone to know here, right? I'm a fan. So regardless of if the Raiders do what I think they should do or what I would like them to do, I'm going to cheer for whoever gets drafted to the team. It's going to be what it's going to be. I'm going to cheer regardless of who gets drafted because I'm a fan. And fucking F your team. That's all I know. F your team, and it's all about my team. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. To me,
I will admit, if I'm wrong, I come on here. I bet, look, man, I was wrong. I thought we was gonna do this. I thought we should do this. Hey,
yeah,
I own up.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, I don't know if you remember. There was a quarterback back in the day. I was hype on that motherfucker. I wanted us to get him so bad. And he ended up being so bad. They even made a documentary about him on Netflix. I wanted Johnny Football back in the day, dog.
No, you know what?
And I am not afraid to admit it.
I remember that. You did.
I wanted a guy that was actually worse than that. I wanted Colt McCoy.
Hey, see?
I like Colt McCoy.
You just never know.
You never know. You don't. You really never know, bro. Yeah, you don't. I thought Rolando McClain was a great fucking pick. I was excited we drafted that linebacker.
Oh,
remember that one?
Alabama? remember that
Leo,
one too.
get away
That
from my
was
shoes.
insane.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that one too.
I didn't say we had to. I said if Shador's not there, bro. If Shador's not there, that's the only way.
If Shador's there, he's gonna be like,
Shador's there. I'm gonna be yelling for Shador, bro. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
See, I don't know if I would admit this. I didn't think Tyree was gonna be a baller. I just didn't think he was gonna be this bad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when it comes to Tyree, I didn't think he was gonna be this bad.
Yeah, Tyree is fucking.
He's still in his 3-point stance as we talk.
I never liked it.
Right?
I never liked it. When we had that discussion that first year, I was like, I never liked it.
We would have had Jalen Carter.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it harder to swallow, that Jalen Carter was there. And Jalen Carter, people forget, even though he fell to the Eagles, he fell because of the whole shit that happened on the off-field issues. Because Jalen Carter was going to be top 3 pick, bro. Yep. There was no doubt about Jalen Carter going. But
yeah, I mean, let's go, man. It's time for the draft. I'm gonna put out here. I don't know. Going into next season, I already know which game I'm going to. I think I mentioned it. Did I mention it to you, Leo? I think I might have told you. Okay. Well, I'll put it out here. Anyone who wants to go, the black hole for the away game this year, the away blackout game this year is going to be against the Houston Texans. So the black hole is supposed to travel up to Houston, where all the Texas black hole chapter is going to be there. For people that don't know, Texas has a really big Raiders fan base. Yeah, not just black hole, but it's going to be.
There's a TNBC down there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you guys are looking for away games to go to, I'd recommend the Houston one going in. I don't think tickets are too pricey either. They're definitely a hell of a lot cheaper than the Legion. I'll tell you that much. But
everything is.
If you guys are looking to go to an away game, I would say that's probably a good one to go out into and get some Texas barbecue, make a weekend. I think
that's one of the ones we said we were going to go to, right, John? With Houston?
Yeah, Houston. Yeah,
we'll be there, bro.
Okay, so you guys are Houston. All right, well we link it up then. We linking up.
We're all going to Houston, guys.
We're linking up. So
this fool's from Houston, something like that.
Yeah, I was born in Houston. So.
Born in Houston. There you go.
Oh, okay, I've never been.
Yeah. It's funny to tell people I was born in Houston, but I was raised in California, so it's like I don't even know Houston like that. So
yeah, Houston's gonna be cool, man. I'm gonna take my son. My son's gonna be 1, so I'm gonna have it, and it's gonna be the start, man. One game. I told my wife I wanted to take my son to 1 game a year until he turns at least 18.
Cool. Yeah.
So it's gonna be number 1.
That's good.
That's good. Yeah. Now, we'll definitely see you out there. We'll be there. Yeah. We'll be at the Houston one for sure. And of course, we do LA. We do LA also. We do the Charger game.
Yeah.
I'm not going if it's in the beginning of the year. Fuck that. I'm not going in that stadium.
Is it that bad?
When it's hot, bro.
I haven't been to SoFi.
Yeah,
there's no AC in there.
None.
So you're talking about what is it? The first game is usually first, second week of September.
Yeah.
It's still hot.
It's still hot here.
You know what? You know what though? You say you're not gonna go, then the schedule's gonna come out, and you're like, fuck it, I'm going.
Yeah. Well, because I went in October when we played the Rams, and that was way better. Better, bro.
You're gonna be like, you know what? You're like, let me just go. They got standing room only.
Nah, I'm bougie like that. I don't do standing room only.
SoCal Sal called it So Fried.
So Fried. There you go. It's So Fried Stadium, bro. Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. It's
hot. No. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because there's a lot of stuff coming up now. I'm gonna go do a Raider event in Fremont for the Northern California.
Here we
Raider
go.
Fan base. And then of course, middle of May, the summer kickoff. It's a big one that we do here in Cali, in Bakersfield.
Bakersfield.
Yeah, the Bakersfield one. So I already paid for my spot. I will fucking be there as a vendor spot. So Shona, you're gonna come with me, obviously. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be rocking that shit. But yeah, I think that's the part I'm excited because when that starts to come up, you're right. I say no now, but then soon as the game comes closer, I'll fucking end up fucking.
It's that exciting. It's that excitement that you're getting football season, and then after the draft, if the draft
because
goes,
we're definitely gonna go to the home
opener.
Right, go to the home opener. We go to the
home opener.
And then the Cowboys. The Cowboy game is gonna be huge in Vegas.
That's gonna be
definitely got to go to that one, bro.
That one's gonna one. There's a fight. That one's gonna have fights.
Yeah. I want to go, man. I'll probably go with MC Raider because all the shit he talks about the Cowboy fans. So it'll just be fun just to be around that food during that time. Yeah. He says Raider fans rock out in Texas. I live north of Dallas for a minute and roll with a lot of Raider fans out there. So
like I say, you guys heard it, man.
Big, man.
The black hole is going to Houston. Confirmed. There's gonna be, from what I know, there's gonna be a Saturday night party too. There's gonna be a night before. There's gonna be like the whole 9 yards.
My boy,
so it's gonna be. It's supposed to be a big deal, and I think like Violator's supposed to go. I think Rilla's going. I think it's gonna be like the whole shebang.
Cool. Yeah, we'll be there, bro.
We'll be there for that one.
Yeah. And you just gotta let me know the weather, now, because I know Houston, Texas can get a little humid depending on where you're at. So
yeah, I think I'm gonna try to sit seat wise. I think I'm gonna try and sit on the probably near the visitor sideline. I'm gonna try to get somewhere near the sideline. I'm not sure how close I'm gonna get, but I think I'm gonna try to get something down the 30 or something, 35, some shit like that.
It's a nice stadium, right? Where they play the Texans. It's a really nice stadium, right? It's one of the newer ones.
Yeah, it's decent. I've never been, so it's pretty. But I've heard it's decent.
I heard it's pretty dope. Yeah.
I know that Texas barbecue gonna be off the chain in that damn tailgate.
That is true. The Texas barbecue is different.
It is. Yeah, it is good.
But man, appreciate you, fellas. Anything else before we bounce? Anything else you guys want to get off your chest? Off-season feels? Anything you got coming up?
Fuck Tay. Devontae, stop talking shit. Stop running your mouth. Aaron Rodgers. You went to go play with Aaron Rodgers and you cost Aaron Rodgers his job. Stop talking shit. That's why you're teammates with Jimmy again.
That's comedy. That is comedy. And I'm just ready. I'm just ready for the draft. I want to see what we do.
You ready?
I'm ready for it. I want to see what we do, who we get, how that's gonna work out.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. But hey, appreciate y'all coming through. James, I'm glad you got that shit off your chest, big dog. Let everybody know where you're coming from. Hey, you all a fan. Don't ever be afraid to say you don't like what they did, bro. You still a fan. Shit, fuck that. You don't always have to agree with them. Shit.
I'm just mad I didn't get to, and Devontae, I'm just mad at you because I didn't get to wear my Color Rush jersey and it still has tags on it. Asshole.
He was getting ready to wear it. You laughed before I got to wear it.
Shit.
I'll have to send you guys a picture. I have a picture of it. It's in my closet. Yeah, it has tags. I'm so pissed.
Yeah, I have a new one too that I have.
It's so new. It has the creases still.
Damn.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's like...
Nation, appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Thank you for stopping by. Tomorrow, make sure you tune in again. I will be back on tomorrow with my boy the Raider Rundown for State of the Nation. We go on Tuesdays at 7, and then of course Wednesday with the old man Jeff, New England Raider, Jay just Raiders baby, and then of course our boy Nathan. So tune in, appreciate y'all coming through, and then hopefully we'll hear some more news, so we're not just snoozing on this free agency market. Or maybe we'll see Geno signs or something. But appreciate y'all. Peace out, y'all.
All right, man. There you guys.
Trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
And I approve this message.
Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby. Win, baby. Win, baby. We
are the Oakland Raiders. Oakland Raiders. Just win, baby. Win, baby. Don't need no invitation. No. We are that Raider Nation. We rock that black and silver. We make them shake and shiver. We make them reconsider. And we still committed. So if you want a piece of this, you can come and get it. Touchdown, touchdown. Let's throw a bomb on first down. Let's throw a bomb on every down. First we score, then we clown. Having fun, look around. Nobody loud as a Raider crowd. Nobody proud as a Raider crowd. NFL, how you like me now? We gon' do this open style. Nothing but action. I'm Bo Jackson, hit the hole. Run you over, goal line. Jumping over, going crazy. Lose your soul, lose your mind in the black hole. Here's the goal, Super Bowl. And everybody here, get to go. Don't need no invitation. No.